Nanak says, through the perfect Guru comes faith in the name, he alone gets it, whom the Lord grants it. Slok first Guru, man reads the Shastras, Vedas, and Puranas, though he utters them, he does not understand them. If he understands them, then alone he can realize the Lord. Nanak says, then one does not shout any more. First Guru, when I am thine, O Lord, then everything is mine. Where there is no ego, thou art there. Thou thyself art all powerful, and thyself the listener. In the string of thy power, thou hast strung the whole world. Thou thyself sendest the beings into the world, and thyself recallest. Creating and creating the creation, thou beholdest it. Nanak says, true is the Lord, true his name, and it is through the true name that one is accepted by the primal Lord. Pauri, the immaculate name is unknowable. How can one know it? The immaculate name is with the mortal. O brother, how can it be attained? The immaculate name abides within all and is pervading all places. Through the perfect Guru, it is procured and he makes it manifest in our hearts. Nanak says, by the grace of the gracious Lord alone, O brother, one meets the Guru. Slok first Guru, in this dark age, mankind has turned dog-like and carrion is their food. They bark as they utter falsehood, and their righteous thinking is gone. They who possess no honor while alive shall have an evil repute after death. Nanak says, what is destined, that takes place, and what the Creator does, that alone happens. First Guru, the women have become counselors, men have become hunters, preying on others. Humility, self-control, pity have run away from them, and they eat indigestible food. Modesty has left for her home, and rising up, honor also has gone with her. Nanak says, the Lord alone is the true one. Do not search for another true one. Pauri, one claiming to be yogi may smear his body with ashes from outside, but within him is inky darkness. He may carry a patched coat, a pouch, and wear many ritual garbs, yet he will be of evil thoughts and proud. He does not utter the Lord's word and is involved in expanse of Maya attachment. Within him abide greed and doubt, and fool wanders in doubt. Nanak says, without contemplation of the name, he loses his game of life in gamble. Slok first Guru, one may have love with lakhs of people and may live for lakhs of years. What worth all such players enjoy? Parting from them, the players makes separation like poison, and the joy departs in an instant. If one eats sweets for 100 years, even then he shall have to eat bitter at last. The eating of the sweets one does not remember, but the bitterness permeates the body. The sweet pleasures and bitter pain both are maladies. Nanak says, in the end, those enjoying pleasures are ruined. To bother, worry, and involvement in them is useless, yet people draw near them, pleasures, and seeking them are ruined in the end. First Guru, man may dye his clothes and paint his wooden furniture in various colors and plasters, his house in milk white all around. He sports in joy with relishes and pleasures. From thee, O groom, they receive admonitions, deeming it sweet, they eat the bitter. That bitter thing produces malady in the body. If afterwards they are blessed with the sweet name, then, O mother, their bitterness shall depart. Nanak says, he alone receives the Lord's sweetness by the Guru's guidance, in whose destiny this is so recorded. Pauri, they, in whose heart is the filth of deception, they wash themselves from outside. They practice falsehood and deception, and their falsehood becomes apparent. What is within them, that comes out and cannot be concealed by concealing. Being attached to the falsehood and avarice, man is cast into existences again. Nanak says, what man sows, so he eats. He obtains what the Creator has destined for him. Slok Second Guru, the Vedas have brought forth legends and tales, and they expound sins and virtue. What one gives, gratis he receives, and what he receives, gratis he gives. According to their deeds, they are born in hell or heaven. The world caught in delusion strays in doubt of high and low, castes and classes. The ambrosial word of the Guru expounds the essence and has descended unto the Guru in the state of divine knowledge and meditation. The Guru Wards have uttered it, the Guru Wards realized it, and by the God's grace, the divines have meditated on it. By creating the world by His command, the Lord keeps it under His will and views it in His will. Nanak says, if before man dies, his ego is shattered, then only he becomes acceptable in God's court. First Guru, the Vedas proclaim that virtue and sin are the seed of heaven and hell. Whatever man sows, that sprouts, and the self realizes it and eats the fruit of his deeds. Deeming divine knowledge great, whoever praises it, he becomes truthful by uttering the true name. By sowing truthfulness, truthfulness grows in man and he finds a place at the Lord's portal. The Veda is a merchant, enlightenment, the capital which is attained by the Lord's grace. Nanak says, without such capital, none has ever departed laden with profit of the Lord's name. Pori, by irrigating the neem plant evenly, by pouring sweet nectar, the tree does not abandon its bitterness. On a poisonous snake, placing reliance through incantation and feeding plentifully on milk is of no avail. It does not leave its venom. The egocentric is like a stone which does not get wet by washing. Similarly, the egocentric is not softened. By irrigating a poisonous plant with nectar, one obtains the poisonous fruit. Nanak says, by uniting with the congregation of the God's devotee, the poison is cast off. Slok First Guru, death does not ask the time, nor ask the lunar day and the weekday. Some have loaded their luggage, some have departed after loading, and some have tied their bundles. Some are treated with severity, and some are well looked after. The mortal leaves his beautiful mansions together with his armies and drums. Nanak says, this body, which is a heap of dust, is again reduced to dust. First Guru, Nanak says, the heap of dust has fallen, the wall of dust that it was, within it was seated the thief of sins. Falsehood, this life was all falsehood. Pori, those within whom the evil of slander abides have their nose cut and shame others as well. They are very ugly and ever in pain. Their faces are blackened by Maya attachment. Rising every morning, they snatch and steal others' wealth and refuse to utter the God's name. My sire master, do not give me the company of those. Keep me away from them, my God, the King. Nanak says, as are their earlier deeds, according to that the egocentric act and suffer. Slok Fourth Guru, all belong to the Lord, and from the Lord all emanate. If one realizes the Lord's command, then alone he can obtain truth. By guidance of Guru, if one realizes his self, then nobody appears bad to him. Nanak says, if man by Guru's guidance contemplates on the name, fruitful is his coming into the world. Fourth Guru, the Lord himself is the giver of all, and himself unites them with himself. Nanak says, they who are united by the word, they are never separated through service of the bountiful Lord. Pori, peace abides within the mind of the Guru Ward, and the Lord's name arises in him. He who is pleasing to the Lord is deemed to have performed worship, penance, self-control, and ablution at the holies. They who with pure heart serve God look beautiful, singing his praises. My Sire Lord likes it in this way and saves the beings through the Guru. Nanak says, the Lord unites the